Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Muscatine Today Show. Happy Tuesday. I'm your guest host, Jordan Lloyd from the Iowa Center of Economic Success, now in Muscatine. Whoop, whoop. It's a beautiful day out today. It is kind of hot. It's kind of humid, but I'm loving it. Yesterday's weather was absolutely perfect. I don't know about you guys, but I am a very weather-dependent mood girl. So it's like when the sun's out and it's warm, my personality's out and it's warm and happy and just like gallivanting around. I'm like throwing flowers and I'm like, yes, today's Monday. But then when it's like gloomy, I'm like, meh, right? But today is super nice again today, just like it was yesterday. This whole week's gonna be super warm and kind of giving us that taste of summer. So I want to thank our sponsors before we get into our show today. So of course, Hy-Vee, Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Lifeblood Center, and Harper Cycling and Fitness. So thank you guys, as always, every day for making this show possible and giving me something fun to do in the morning. So today is actually National Shrimp Day. So I will, once I introduce our guest, I will get into a little bit of shrimp humor for you, because I know everybody loves how horrible my jokes are. But yeah, so today I'm here with Lindsey.
Hi.
I'm sure you guys have never seen her on the show before. She's new to town and to the show. No, I'm just kidding. My fellow guest host, Lindsey Phillips. How are you?
Hi, good.
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 So yeah, you're here. It's summertime. It's starting to get hot. We're feeling that summer thing, and I know there's always so much fun going on at the Y in the summer. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
I know. So last week I was on here complaining about the weather, and now this week it's just totally different.
Yeah.
Sunday, winter coats. Monday, we can't wear.
And that's Iowa.
The right thing. Yeah.
That's Iowa for you.
So I love it. So there is a lot going on at the Y, and I know if you're still like in that spring mode, or summer break is right around the corner for the kids. We have so much going on, and so I actually brought like a stack of papers.
An array.
You asked me any dates, because I just cannot remember them all. And I only wear a couple hats at the Y, so not all of this is my story to tell. So if I do it wrong, I apologize. But we do have our child care. Well, we have two different kinds of childcare. So we have our Y Play that is free participant childcare, and that is back open. So we took a couple of years off, through COVID, and really just kind of trying to evaluate if it was fiscally responsible of us to reopen that program. So it's back open, and just in time for summer. Kids are going to be getting out of school.
Right.
Parents are going to need that little break too. So if you're a YMCA member, then your children up to 8 years old can use that facility free of charge. So that is open in the mornings, Monday through Friday until 11:30, and then we have evening hours as well. So don't count us out for this summer just because the kids are home and you're not sure how you'll corral them. We've got an option for you at the Y, along with tons of activities for those older kids. The Teen Center has programming, and that's like 5th grade and up. Some kids can get in there depending on the activity that's going on, and there is daily programming offered all summer long in there. So I'm sure Amy will be on too to talk about all of that. Unfortunately, our summer child care kids club is full.
Whoa.
So fortunately and unfortunately, I guess.
Unfortunately, if you missed the boat on that.
Yes, I know it filled up in like a couple of days,
That's awesome,
honestly, from registration opening. But so while that is full, there is a waiting list. So if your name is on that, I know that they're trying to get those schedules and really figure out what attendance will look like day to day. So you may still be getting a call that says that there's room, but otherwise there are a lot of kids that are going to be coming this summer. They have tons of fun planned.
How many kids do you guys have in that
That's
program?
definitely an Amy question. I know that she can, 100 kids is definitely happening.
Around there, yeah.
I want to say 120, but of course that depends on staffing and the day. It will change. So yes,
absolutely.
But so that program is happening too. All of the other summer registration program, that there's still room. It's still you have time. So the registration for all of those programs opens May 23rd. So if you're looking at that next session of stuff, May 23rd is the day that'll open, and you just call the YMCA, or you can get on our website. A couple years ago, we got a new website, and it was really helpful through COVID because you can do everything online yourself. So you don't even have to call and talk to us anymore, which we miss you. We'd love you to call, but you don't have to. So those are a couple of the things that are going on.
Yes.
Do you want me to keep rambling?
I want you to just keep spewing the Y at me, or whatever you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? What are you excited for most at the Y this summer?
What am I excited for most? Okay, so Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'll wear that hat for a second. So Big Brothers
hold on,
Big
let me get your hat.
Thank you.
Okay,
there
perfect.
we go. So Jordan is big sister, actually.
I am a big sister, and I can just personally attest to how amazing that program is. So I'm assuming you still need some bigs.
We always need bigs. Yeah.
Always
so
need
our youth waiting list just continues to grow, and I'll tell you, recruiting mentors has been really difficult over the last couple of years. Like how we do it, everything has just had to change. Yeah. And so we're kind of in that regrowth period where we're trying to get mentors to commit, and we're getting creative with that too, because we know that there are needs in the community that, quite honestly, we're just not meeting. Yeah. We have a lot of young men in our community that really need those adult role models. So we are launching a new program, and we've been talking about it for a little bit, but it's happening. May 25th is going to be our first day, and we need you to sign up. So sign-ups are going to be ongoing. So if it's past that date and you're like, whoops, missed it, I don't have to do it now. Not true. You can still get involved. You can still do all of that. So I did bring like a little flyer here. So this is called Sports Buddies, and it's an exclusive program. You have to be a guy. You have to be fun.
A fun guy.
You have to be a fun guy that's honestly just ready to come and let out that inner child. If you love basketball, but you've just not had the opportunity to play because it feels weird when, I don't know, you're an
just
adult
balling up
doing that in the driveway. Maybe it doesn't. But we want you to come to our program, and we'll pair you up with a youth in the community that's really just looking for that one-on-one, someone that they can kind of check in with, someone that can hold them accountable too, and just give them, that one more adult role model in their life that's paying attention and kind of cheering them on from the background. No pressure, honestly, to talk about the hard stuff. You do not have to be a counselor. You don't have to be.
You don't. And I think that's, one of the biggest things about being a big, and especially, like from the male perspective, I think that so many guys, feel reluctant to be like, okay, well, if this, is something they want to talk about, how do I handle that? It doesn't have to be that serious.
No.
It really doesn't. It can be just hanging out, playing basketball, playing sports, just being the big brother, and having that like fun banter, right? You don't have to be, you want to point them in a good direction, but also, let loose, like be yourself. That's the biggest thing, right? And I know that obviously, I'm a female, and I have a little sister, but it doesn't have to be that serious.
No.
Like, we don't, we go to Pizza Ranch like clockwork every single week. We're at Pizza Ranch, catch us in the arcade, but it's just fun, right? And I know we've had multiple conversations about this, but I'm going on this will be 2 years
probably
with my little sister, and it's just like we've created like literally that bond. I'm an only child. She has quite a few other siblings, step and blood, and I'm an only child, but she's legitimately my little sister.
Yeah.
And it's like something that I had no idea would become so impactful for me, but I also see that consistent, like she holds me accountable, right? Because when I'm not there, or I don't call for a week because I'm on vacation, I get like 15 missed calls, and I'm like, I am out of the country right now. Like, I'm not here right now, but it's that consistency.
Yes,
and
that's exactly it.
That's the biggest thing. You can't be scared to be a big brother or a big sister because, like I said, it doesn't have to be that serious. It can be fun. It's just playing sports. It's having somebody to hang out with and having that consistent person. Knowing that if you needed somebody to turn to, they're going to be there.
Exactly.
Whether it's just to play basketball, whether it's to, talk, whatever it is. It's an amazing program.
Even better, we're going to feed you. So you come once a week. We have taken all of the hard work out of it, honestly. You have to show up on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. You hang out with us till 5:30. And then we're going to have some kind of sports activity, whether it's that we're playing a sport, that we're watching a sport, or that we're meeting other sports clubs, teams in the community too, to really make those connections as kids get older. Right now, it's kind of going to be growing as like a neighborhood opportunity too. So if you live in the vicinity of the Y, we're inviting you to just walk over. We'll get you enrolled into the program, and then we're going to pair you up. So we're starting small because we really need more commitment from the adults. But all that hard work is out of it. You don't need to decide what you're going to do. You don't have to decide if you're going to feed them, if it's going to cost any money. It's not. And then, the day is picked. And then also, to take a little bit more pressure off, we know that not everyone can make it every single week like clockwork, right? But we still want there to be some consistency. So your little is still going to get to come to the program, even if you're not able to make it that week. So if you can commit 2 times a month, 3 times a month, that would be fabulous. And we really want to have you there. So if you have a question like, am I the right person for this program, just call and ask us. We'll talk through it with you, and we'll decide if it's the right thing. We have other programs, of course. We have the community-based program that Jordan's talking about, and then we have our site-based program as well that takes place in the school during the school year. School's almost over, but we'll still be enrolling mentors all summer so that they're ready to go in the fall. So don't miss those opportunities. Please give us a call or stop at the Y. And then you and your little can utilize the Y whenever you're together. Free of charge. You do not have to be members to do that. So that's another great partnership.
It is. And that's what's super cool is, especially about the Sports Buddies program, right, is that the day's set, the activity's there, the food's there, right? You have it all you have to do is show up, and you just have to be there for your little. I mean, that's really all it is, right? So, you don't have to worry about your schedule, what's going to work this week, right? Like, when are we going to be able to go to Pizza Ranch, right? Like, you just have it. You have it at the Y. You know it's going to be something you're both going to enjoy. You don't have to kind of do that discovery period of, do you like video games? Do you like this, right? Like, you're there, you're doing something you like, and you're creating that space, and that's awesome for
And don't be scared
everybody.
away by the 4 o'clock thing. So if you're like, oh, I work until 5, talk to your HR representative, talk to your supervisor. We have great partnerships with all of the corporations in the community, the banks. They're really good at letting employees go for that hour a little bit early. And then, honestly, it won't cut into your evening time either, that family time. We know everyone is really, really busy. So if you have to cut out at 5:15 because your kid's got a ball game at 5:30, that's my life right now. So let us know, and we're going to work with you because really we have to be flexible too to meet the need, and we know that. So we're here for it. We're ready.
That's awesome.
We need you all to come.
That's so exciting. So how old do you have to be a big brother and to join this?
So in this program, you need to be over the age of 18.
Okay.
We do have high school mentoring that's happening as well. It used to be really great in the Tipton schools. It still is. It is a great program in the Tipton School District, and then in the L&M School District. This year, Muscatine jumped on board, and we connected with their Key Club, their National Honor Society students, and now they're engaged as high school mentors too and visiting local elementary schools. So you can do it in high school as well. Be looking for announcements in the fall for another round of recruitment for that.
That's very exciting, and that's really cool with, that. Again, it affects anybody. You think that you need to kind of be more on that like peer base, but you don't. You can connect with a younger child, whether you've been a father or not, whether you're just a 19-year-old boy. Giving that time impacts you. You think it's going to just impact them, right? Like you're like, I'm going to make a change in somebody's life, but it's like they're making such a change in yours. it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I can't speak highly enough about Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Y in general, but being directly involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters, you know, I tell people about it all the time. And if you have a question, I mean, reach out to Lindsey, reach out to the Y, or ask if you know somebody that's involved in it, like me. Feel free to ask. I've had multiple people ask me, you know, about Big Brothers Big Sisters. I would be more than happy to tell you my firsthand experience. Obviously, I love it because I'm going on 2 years being a big sister to my little. But I mean, it's an amazing program. The Y is doing amazing things. And then yesterday, we also had the torch ride. Yes, right?
Yeah,
the
so Special Olympics is at the Y. I think many people know that. So programming is up and running there, and they are so excited. They were on hold for a really long time. So yesterday was the torch run, which honestly we cannot take any credit for at all. Tim Atkins, who is really running the program right now on behalf of the
Good job,
YMCA.
Tim.
Good job, Tim. But then Uli Leza and the entire Sheriff's Department, Muscatine Police Department, they are phenomenal. There are some great sponsors too that really stepped up, and they just fundraised throughout the community and then topped it off with the torch run on bikes and side-by-sides, and I think maybe even Sheriff Quinn ran the torch. I'm not even sure.
You know
Someone
what?
told me that, and I thought
really feels like a Sheriff Quinn thing.
Yeah, and if you didn't, you can just take credit for that because it sounds really hard.
He'd be able to.
Good job.
It's like anywhere he can run.
Yeah.
He just wants to show everybody. He's like, I'm not just a sheriff. I'm a cool sheriff. I'm gonna run places, right? And so he's a cool dude.
So much support. Mayor Brad Bark was there too on his bike. So there were a lot of the community members. Stephen Muscatine was there too to provide some coverage for that. And so I'm sure we'll be talking about it for a little bit. But the Sheriff's Department raised over $14,000.
Yeah, I've got it. $14,582 for Special Olympics, and that's amazing. Because the Special Olympics Muscatine, I mean, has an amazing program.
Yes.
And so many athletes, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I have people that I know that are directly in Special Olympics, and you know, I've been able to connect with Tim quite a bit from working at Addington Place, and so I know he's doing a great job trying to do his makeshift, you know, all of his scheduling things he's doing, but he's doing a great job. And the Special Olympics program in Muscatine, just like Big Brothers Big Sisters, is just doing awesome things for everybody. So
and
that's
stay
very
tuned
cool.
because we have athletes going to national games in Florida next month, and they are so pumped about that.
Yes.
We have one athlete who is, I mean, he is the greatest advocate of Special Olympics, and he's going as a coach. So athlete and coach, Corey Leonard will be there too. So
that's awesome.
Just stay tuned for all of those announcements, and I know there will be some great stories in the paper and stuff coming up too. And so, you know, kind of cheer them on with us if you would.
Very awesome. So many amazing things going on at the Y. They obviously need some guys for their Sports Buddies programs, but also give them a call about all the other things they have going on too.
Yeah. And I'll plug one more thing if I can.
One more thing. Let's hear it.
A compilation of a lot of little things.
That's
good.
So
support groups are back in person too. So if you are a teen mom, if you are a first-time mom, if you are someone that's parenting, you know, teenagers, and you really are just looking for that peer support too, connections to other moms, or maybe that little bit of respite, that break from the kiddos too, where you can just sit down, have a meal, and kind of share your experiences while getting information on community resources, hearing speakers too about just those parenting techniques and skills, and I don't know, maybe like that magic, aha, this is what we do when you know, our kids are doing this, or whatever it might be. We have all of those programs back in person, so Wednesday or Thursday night at the Y. Those are led by a facilitator too. If you have any questions about those, give us a call. If not, you can honestly stop in. Programming for the teen parents is from 5:30 to 7, and then 6:30 to 8 o'clock is for those first-time parents too, and that happens on Wednesdays and Thursday nights.
And do you have to be a member of the Y for that?
You do not.
Okay.
You do not have to be. Childcare is provided free. The entire program is free of charge. So
very awesome.
Yes, please come out and check that out. We also have our grandparents group that's part of those family program services, and they are back in person meeting too. There are so so many grandparents or relatives providing care to children of like the next generation. And what I've learned through this process, because I've just started working with this program, is that many of them, they're kind of like that sandwich generation too. So a lot of our grandparents that are caring for their grandchildren are also caring for their aging parents.
Okay, so they're in that middle.
They're in that middle where really they're just taking care of everyone and doing a great job, but we know that self-care is really important. And so this group meets twice a month in the community for just a dinner out, so you get to eat your food while it's hot. There are no interruptions. You get to really just sit around the table with people that are in similar situations and kind of learn about how they're utilizing resources, what's available to you, and navigate that world, whether it's the world of Medicaid or it's that you're putting another person through school, really in a completely different world, because it's not the same even as when you and I were in school, so like everything is changing, and so navigating that schedule, the location changes as they move their way through the community, but everyone is welcome to go. Just check our website and we'll have all of those locations up and running. Our 24/7 Dads program is the last program. So this is a child support recovery program as well, and it is ran out of Des Moines. Our YMCA is a recipient of some of those funds to put it on, and we have programming at the jail and at MCSA that's open to dads. It really focuses on building the man and then building the father too, because again, it's that self-care, and if you're not in a good place, how do you care for someone else? So working on consistency as a father, and then meeting other dads that maybe share a situation like you too, because that peer-to-peer networking is so important. So those programs are just about up and running. We're working with our locations and stuff, and we're going to be having those conversations really soon to bring that back in person. So if you're a dad in that situation, stay tuned or give me a call and I'll jot down your number so that as soon as we're up and running, I can reach out to you and get you to the program.
Awesome. That's so amazing. And I think, another thing, kind of like what you said with the dads thing, is meeting other dads in that situation. That's the biggest thing of support groups, is not even learning just the tips and the tricks and the, figuring things out, but meeting other people that are in the same situation, right? And going, so many people, it's getting more common that you're taking care of, grandparents are taking care of their grandkids, right? And then, maybe they're their parents too, because you're in that weird, like you said, sandwich generation, and that can feel really lonely and daunting of, oh my gosh, this is what's happening, we're gonna run with it, but you're just kind of pressuring through. Well, you have to take care of yourself, because what happens to those people if something happens to you, and then they're just kind of in another world of hurt. So it's one of those things where that can feel really lonely, but meeting other people in those situations, whether it's teen moms, dads, or grandparents, whoever it is in those situations, that community aspect is, that's more important than anything. And it's awesome that you guys are bringing those things together. So very cool.
So we talked a ton about all of our programming. This is kind of like one side of the Y, right? And then there's that whole other side that really comes to mind when you think of the Y, and that's that gym and swim, and all of that is open as well. If you really haven't been out to the Y in the last few years, come get a tour, because
Go to the Y.
Amazing.
Go to the Y.
Pressure.
It's so
you don't even have to sign up. We are ready to walk you through and just show off our facility, because it really is one of the best in Iowa. We are one of the only Ys, I believe, in Iowa that has an outdoor fitness area. So even though this weather is great, I saw people using our trail system yesterday too, because it's just beautiful, and there are some challenges that you can put in there. So utilize our trail system. Our outdoor fitness area is really just a box of exercise, like everything. I'm not going to know the right terminology.
It's like a playground, but for people who can lift weights.
For adults that like to exercise. Yes. So we have ropes out there. There are weighted balls.
Yeah, weighted balls.
Medicine balls?
They're not, I think they are medicine balls. I was going to say they're like...
This is not my side of the Y.
Kettlebells, but they're squishy and without the handle.
Pull-up bars. I've seen big tires out there. So all of the muscle guys and girls, honestly, if you're just starting out too, just come out and give it a try. You can't hurt anything. This thing's durable. So even if you have no clue what you're doing, someone will step in and help you.
It's like that squishy, recycled tire material on the ground, right?
I don't know. No, I think it's
that's what
like
it
a
is.
turf, but
I don't
maybe
think
there is rubber under it. I think that makes it a little bit more.
You could definitely like jump and do some things with those medicine balls.
But it's open. The weather is great. You can, check the tan off your list and the workout right away. What is that? GTL. You'll just have to go home and do laundry.
Gym tan laundry.
I don't know. Is that an old joke?
No, I think that's a Jersey Shore era thing, right?
Probably.
Gym tan laundry.
All right, so gym tan, check.
I don't really ever hit any of those boxes,
and do laundry.
I might need to come to the Y because I don't really ever check many of those boxes, except for when I do work out some. But so well, very cool. So that side's open. All the programming's open. If it's not, it's getting close and it's almost up and running. And so there's some really, really awesome things going on at the Y, and that is super
exciting. Do you have time
exciting.
for your shrimp joke?
Of course I do.
What's your shrimp joke?
It's National Shrimp Day, as I forecasted in the beginning of this. And so, of course, I have 3 jokes for Lindsey. All right, Lindsey, ready? Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Where is the cheapest place to buy shrimp? The prawn shop.
Of course.
Everybody's laughing at home.
Yes,
so.
they are.
Even though
I'm just disappointed
not getting
in
a ton
myself
of
that I did not guess that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Why don't shrimp like to share?
My 10-year-old would be so disappointed that I don't even have a guess.
Because they are shellfish.
Oh, yes.
That one, I laughed at that. That one was funny. I should have put that one last. That one's really good. Okay. What do you call a shrimp that keeps getting hurt? Accident prawn. I get it, like accident prone, but accident prawn because it's a prawn, because it's a shrimp, and it's National Shrimp Day, and Jordan and Lindsey are here, and they're making jokes.
Don't Google this, but did you know that the roly-poly is one of the closest relatives to the shrimp?
Now, why can't I Google it?
Well, because that might not be completely as it would be read, but it's true. So roly-polies actually, like, they've evolved into land animals. So if you even look at them, like, they have the little exo, like, shell thing. So, okay, maybe someone Google it and actually
I was going to say, I do feel like maybe Lindsey is claiming right now on camera that she is smarter than Google.
Probably. No, I'm not.
So
I'm not claiming that, but there's some truth there. I'm pretty sure I Googled it at some point. I'm not reciting it correctly, but that's just a little fun fact.
All right, what is it? We're going to Google it right now.
Polies.
Roly-poly.
I don't know. They're related to shrimp.
Relation to shrimp. You guys are seeing firsthand research. We're about to... Roly-poly relation to shrimp. They're crustaceans. That's right, crustaceans. This is what Google says. It's like giving me content. Okay, this is also on www.simplemost.com.
That is obviously a legit, credible source. Use it for all of your term papers.
Okay, this does say pbs.org. I believe PBS. That sounds more legit. Pill bugs emerged from the sea to conquer the earth. They are more closely related to shrimp and lobsters than crickets or butterflies.
See, there was so much truth to it. So National Shrimp Day, aka National Roly-Poly Relative Day.
Did you watch that show?
I did.
I watched that show too. That was a good show. Yeah. So cool. So Lindsey knows some things about roly-polies and the Y. Call her if you have any questions about either. She might know more about shrimp relations and kind of their family tree. She knows. So please call her or email her with any of your shrimp or crustacean, shellfish, prawn related questions. She would love it. And in the subject of the email, if you could just put urgent exclamation point,
I'll get right on it.
Shrimp question. That would be great. And she'll get to you very, very quickly. But so cool that we're going to area because Y for my Y basketball league.
Yeah.
Which, believe it or not, I am not good at basketball, despite. It's just so different.
It is.
It is a really beautiful facility. So you guys have done some great work, and you're doing great work with all your programs for the community and for coming on the show today. And I hope you show tomorrow when Lindsey's on as your guest host, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Be kind. And thank you guys, and have a great day.
Along the way, you find out who really cares for you and who you can trust. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens. Amazing happens. Or those days that are really, really hard. Need someone like Unity Point Health.